Guys, so in this video I am gonna try to explain how I broke down and simplified preflop BPC basic ranges. uh, I studied medicine, and it's pretty hard to study, to do and to finish, and we had to learn a lot of stuff, and basically you can learn anything. Anyone above 100 IQ can learn anything, and the only questions are how to learn it and how much time it will take. Uh, During my studies, we both had to learn chaotic, small pieces of informations with, for a first sight, no obvious logic or very little, and also more logical things. Anyway, so I got some experiences, and I'm gonna show you a few tricks. So as you can see, these are attacking ranges. I call them attacking ranges. This means someone else open raises, and we attack him by either calling or 3-betting. And as you can see, there are actually only 9 ranges together. This is because we use a same range in different situations, and there are 4 such situations. The first one is this one. So versus early position, our range is almost always the same. The only exception is here. That's from the button. Now, how are you gonna remember the button is exception? It's really easy. You just will remember from now on, the button is very special position. It is so special, it's always alone, but more importantly, it's not included in this special range here. Then you have 3 more. We said 4 special ranges together. Those 3 more ranges are again easy to remember which one these are, since it's always from the blinds versus the rest of the positions. Here we have the first position, so we gonna have MP from blinds versus MP, second position, from blinds versus cutoff, from blinds versus button. So 1 special range and 3 special ranges, 4 together. Now, what's this here? I'm gonna show you. When we learned anatomy at the university, often there are layers of muscles, and each layer got some number of muscles. So I broke the ranges similar way. We have 5 layers, and the first layer got 2 muscles, 2 ranges. Okay, that's 2. Second layer got 3 ranges. Third layer, 2 ranges, and 1 plus 1. Okay, the fourth layer, fifth layer. So 5 layers, 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. 9 together. So now we gonna look for 2 things. for things which are similar or same amongst these different ranges. And we're gonna look for very unique things. Why? Both of these things are easy to remember. The things which are similar, you gonna think about it like you got some system for it, so it's easy to remember. And special things which are unique are easy to remember since these are unique, right? So let's see. As you can see, at the first range, which is the special one, and the second special one, which is blinds versus MP. Now you're gonna know it from now on, like, you know, like this, like second special range, blinds versus MP, right? So the first and second special range got same calling range like with pocket pairs, right? From eights up to queens. Now, when you have this visual, right? You're looking at this video, you see how I broke this down in a graphical way. So these two white, things there are actually making like a borders, right? And between them, you have very similar ranges. It's very obvious there are always queens, easy to remember. So you will remember, so for the first 5 ranges, I'm always gonna call with queens, and it's only a question what is the button pocket pair I'm gonna call. And of course, we're gonna call everything in between. So, how to remember? Very easy. The first range, 8s, -2, 6s. We're gonna remember now. We just, put -2 there and we got it. Now, cutoff versus MP, -1, okay? Sevens, again, -2, right? 5s. So now you're gonna remember. You're gonna remember this, and the more times you're gonna use it, like you're gonna play at the tables maybe, or you're gonna travel around city and you will be thinking about poker, you will remember this. And more times you're gonna remember this and maybe use it, you will get better with just remembering like one range. And from that point on, you will not have to use this like graphical thing memory. You just gonna know, right? So okay, let's see. I don't know, I'm looking from the monitor out right now. Let's see, like button is special, it's not included in the first special range. Versus EP, I know above it I got 8s up to queens. I know I always call queens. It's only question about the button pocket pair. I remember -2, 8 -2, 6, right? 6 is easy. Now, what's the next range there? Oh, okay. So versus MP, right? And what's versus MP? Okay, cutoff is first. Cutoff versus MP, right? So, I remember this video. So -1, 8 -1, 7s up to queens, right? I'm still looking outside the monitor. A button which comes after cutoff versus MP. Oh, so I take the previous one, -2 again. What was the number? 7s, -2, 5s. See? So you start with the system, you're gonna use it, it's simplified, but later on, you will just go like, button versus MP, 5s up to queens, right? You're gonna see it, you're gonna know. Anyway, let's go on. Yeah, right. Now, this is another thing. We will know from now on, ace king and ace queen is a, these are in calling range. In first 5 ranges, more easy to remember is not to remember or to say first 5 ranges, but versus EP and versus MP, right? It's ace king and ace queen in calling range. EP versus EP versus MP. The only difference is obvious versus EP only with suited. I'm just showing you, how to break things down. You will maybe find some other patterns, or you're gonna use it a little bit differently, but I'm sharing with you one of the ways I try to learn things which may seem chaotic on the first sight, right? Now, how about 3-betting broke, going broke range? Very easy. Again, these 5 ranges. So this means again versus EP and versus MP ranges, we go broke only with kings plus. No other thinking needed. So easy. How about the rest? Well, we got ranges versus cutoff and ranges versus button. There, we're gonna use queens plus and ace king. What's the last range? It's the situation which I always look at it like the most special one, blind versus blind. There we're gonna have jacks plus ace king, ace queen suited. It's a unique range. Okay, only in this situation we're gonna use this particular 3-betting going broke range. It's a unique range. That's why it's more easy to remember. Like, jacks plus ace king, ace queen suited, there was only one range included, the most special one, blind versus blind, you're gonna remember. Another unique range, suited connectors, the first special range, 7-8, 8-9. This is somewhat harder, at least for me, to remember, so I'm gonna let this for you. I haven't think about some some story around it, but there are still the patterns for suited connectors, definitely. Now suited aces versus cutoff and versus button versus cutoff and versus button. So how to remember? Versus late positions, cutoff and button, we're gonna use queens plus ace king 3-bet going broke range, and we're gonna use suited aces as a 3-bet bluff. Versus button, since button is usually more wide, let's say, we're gonna add 3 more suited aces. So that's about it. I hope this gonna help you somehow, and thanks for watching.